planes also actually making us money, which is absolutely awesome to hear. I really do like that, and it seems they're actually all full. So I'm kind of wondering, there's a big passenger sign here. 78 people, oh my god, there's 78 people waiting for a plane here? Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2 with this beautiful view of our massive steel bridge out here on our Freeplay map. Now if you'll remember, in the last episode we finally connected Spacecity to the public railway network and thus to Bedal, and well, I'm not quite sure which city this train track leads to. I'm kind of thinking it is Colburn, and it indeed is, but as you all may remember, we also wanted to make a second connection towards like Darlydale and, you know, maybe in the future Blackburn and other cities down below, and we will need to do that right now. As before, it's still a bit laggy. I really want to say sorry for that. I can't really do much of anything about it. I've read up a bit about this problem online, and it seems that it maybe actually has to do with the CPU. Not actually the CPU not being powerful enough, but more Transport Fever 2 actually being absolutely bad at using multiple cores for the game. So that's why in these rather large maps where a lot of things are happening, you just bottleneck out on the CPU, even though the CPU maybe is super powerful, but it only uses one core. Which, you know, or maybe two, I don't know. But it only really uses mostly the power of one core. And that seems to be my issue right here. That seems to be why this is all going so badly for me right now, unfortunately. And I can't really do much of anything about it. Had I known that this was as crazy for Transport Fever 2, I would have probably not picked the largest map available, but now it kind of is what it is. So I hope it's fine for you all. I hope you are still able to enjoy it, and without further ado, let's head on. Let's build this second train track out here, and I've just noticed a bit of an issue. What? Ah, okay, so I've just already pulled out a second train track, which we're going to connect right there. Okay. So, with that then said and done, we do now have multiple connections to Bedal, to Darlydale, and I'm not quite sure, what did I say in the last episode about how I wanted to do things with trains? I'm kind of thinking that I wanted to have a separate train, but then I'm kind of thinking maybe I wanted to have them go straight through. I am rather confused. If we kind of trace back this train track right here, we should probably have... No. Do I not have a train at all yet for that connection? No, I should. I am rather confused, to say the least. Where's my train at that goes from Colburn to Bedal? Have I never bought a train? No, that can't be the case. Is it this one here? Because that's a bit different. Okay, so this one is the one for Colburn to Bedal. Which is interesting. Because apparently, I am actually using... Okay. So I'm using this train track right here, which then ultimately goes straight there. Wow, we've got... Okay, so I think basically the thought must be then there... Oh, yes, I remember. So the thought was that this train goes to Bedal and then up to Evesham, right? That was the thought. So we will have one new train that goes Spacecity, Bedal, Colburn. And then we've got this train here that goes from Darlydale, which would just go... Well, I mean, that's kind of the question. Will we go one stop further? Oh, wait a second. I think I made a mistake. I think I may have made a mistake. Because we, of course, want one train that goes like Darlydale, Bedale, Evesham too. Now, the question kind of being... yeah. I think I needed to pull out a second train track right here. And actually have this thing kind of split off and go over here. So that is a bit of a whoopsie. We will have to fix that. So I will go and demolish a few of these here, just so we can pull it out, hopefully rather nice and straight still. And we'll go all the way to the outside, I feel. Will we? Yeah. I don't think it makes much of a difference. Or maybe it does, because this one we could use for the aquarium. Okay, gonna repurpose that once more. We are gonna do the other one. I'm really sorry for my utter confusion right here. I'm really not quite sure what I want to do myself, but we'll use this one. So that's gonna be the plan, and then we will have to somehow have a crossing here eventually. But that seems to work, and that'll be for that train out there, which, I mean, that's a bit annoying too, to be honest. It's kind of the way that it's going to have to work. Unless we can make a tunnel right here, which could be an option, but I would need to be able to split it from one of these two, and with a snap that doesn't seem to work. Actually, maybe if I do this. Yeah, no, we can't get that to make a tunnel before it actually collides with a train track, I don't think. Like, you know, potentially out there. Oh my god, what am I doing now? Holy moly. Okay, yeah, so as you can tell, that is unfortunately not really going to work. We are also probably not going to be able to make a bridge. Indeed, it does not look to be the case. So we'll need to imagine some way of actually doing this. Probably going to just have a crossing and then going to put some signals there. I'm going to hope that they don't slow each other down all too often. But with that said, so this is going to be our new train track then here. For Spacecity, we will... Whoa. No, please. I really just wanted to have a parallel tunnel right here, but that seems to be a harder task than I first imagined for the game to comprehend. We'll try it anyways. Maybe I need to make it a parallel railway first, before we can actually go on with that, and that does actually indeed look a lot better. So we'll make another very, very long tunnel out here. We've got a lot of money, so I'm really not too bothered with it. And then we will pull that all the way down here, flying past all these buildings and into here. And then we can honestly just go straight. Oh, hello? Hello? No? Yes. Thank you. Perfect. Straight into Darlydale train station. And well, that's another passenger connection for us right there that we will be able to use. So that means that we actually, well, we need two new trains, because we've got one going already to Badal that will later be going straight to Evesham, and now we need one that goes Badal Spacecity. I'm kind of at this point worried, to be honest, that we may be overdoing it a bit. You know, with the trains actually always going to multiple cities, you know, I will basically have two trains going between Darlydale and Badal, and I'll have two trains going between Badal and Colburn. So I'm kind of a bit worried that that may actually impact my profitability a bit. But I also, you know, the thing is, right, I imagine in this game that having trains go exclusively to one city is probably the most profitable model, because you don't have multiple trains driving between the same cities and basically pull passengers off each other, if that makes sense. But then again, I really just don't want to have that situation either, where I just have trains going to one city. I think it makes more sense to have them go to multiple cities in the terms of, I just like it more. You know, it's more like in the real world. In the real world, you don't have one train for each city you want to go to either. You know, there's like one train that goes across half the country or something. So, yeah, I just want to make it this way, even though I acknowledge that it is probably going to impact my profitability. Even though I really hope that that's not going to be the case, but you know, I am kind of realistic and seeing that likeliness is probably rather high of that happening. But yeah, so that said, we've got all the train tracks now done. I think I'm actually just going to buy both trains up here in Spacecity, basically. And, well, first things first, let's get some lines going. So, hello? Am I out of lines to make? No, now I've made 3 or something. Great. Perfect. 3 lines, all named line 1, and all with the same color. So, we will start with this line out here. We'll go to Spacecity Sidings. That's a very weird name for a train station, especially a central one like this. So, Spacecity Central, maybe? If you guys have better names for this train station, for Spacecity, let me know down below. Would absolutely love to hear from you all about that. But we're going to start in Spacecity, of course. We are going to go to Bedal for this one, and then we are going straight down to Tallydale. So, we'll name this, well, we'll name it Passengers for a start. And we will go Spacecity, Bedal, and Tallydale. I hope that's still all on there. Passenger, Spacecity, Bedal, and then Dar. Well, we'll know what it is. I'm sure it's all on there behind this, but maybe we can read it on some more detailed description. So that's one of them. And then we'll, of course, need a second one, which we will start again in Spacecity. We will go to Bedal, and then we will be going out here to Colburn, and that already takes the proper route for us, which is awesome. All these nice and separate, and we will call it the same thing as with other city names, of course. So we will start in Spacecity, we will go to Bedal, probably want a second space in there, you know, gotta satisfy that OCD. I'm sorry, and there is Colburn. Okay, so that's those 2 lines set up. Now we're gonna need to buy ourselves some fancy new trains. Now the thing is, I don't think we've got much of any new ones, do we? Let's see. I mean, we've got the Crocodile, which is an interesting one, you know, because we've of course got Spacecity right here. And pollution always hampers city growth. Now the thing is, how much pollution do we have so far? Very poor. Maybe we're already at a point of no return with pollution, to be honest. That seems to be lowering our growth rate quite a lot. I don't know, like, if it's even still worth considering the Crocodile just for the pollution if we can. On the other hand side, just have an A35, which, you know, admittedly has more emissions, but then on the other hand side also at least goes 100 kilometers an hour and moves my passengers faster. I think we're going to go with steam for now. The pollution is going to be terrible, and we'll eventually move on to electric trains once there are better ones available in the market that go a bit faster, because, I mean, honestly, 75 kilometers just doesn't do it for me. We're just going to use A35s, I think. We are going to use, well, these are better, right? Less emissions, more weight, but also more passengers in there. I think we're going to use these. So we're going to add a few of these. We're not going to make it too massive. Like 85 capacity should be totally fine for a start. Then again, Spacecity is rather large, so maybe the case that we will have to change that rather quickly. But I'll just straight out buy 2 of those for 17.5 million. And there goes all our money, by the way. Crazy, crazy stuff. But going to buy 2 right away. Of course, just going to kind of mirror them. And we are going to assign 1 to the Bedal Colburn line. And then we are going to assign the other to the Bedal Tallydale line. And there we go. With that all done, the gates opening up, and our locomotives driving out of here, that means that Spacecity, with a nice big choo-choo, is finally connected to the public railway network. And I'm very, very happy about it. It actually took me quite a lot of time, didn't it, to set all this up. But I really like it. I mean, we've really done a huge job right here, just setting up this huge transport hub with all this public transport, with the huge streets in Spacecity to allow for maximum traffic capabilities in the future, with huge tram lines, and, well, with all these stops right here, with the passenger station right there, with the airport right there. I think Spacecity is set to grow even more crazily in the future. That said, only 150%. We're dropping back down. I do hope, though, that it will become a lot better, because you can see right here, you know, public transport, plus 40% for both, which is absolutely crazy. And then, you know, we just need to get that supply up. I'm hoping that it will actually improve now as well, by the way, because you all know that I upped the amount of trucks by a lot in the last few episodes. I think maybe we did have time paused, didn't we? So this may just be the initial queue from the new trucks that I bought. I'm really hoping so. I'm gonna have time sped up to 3 times for a minute here and see about that. Totally in the red, by the way, but that'll certainly change soon. Does seem that queue is going away. And with that queue going away, we should be delivering more tours again, and that should also mean that we will upgrade the Spacecity even more again, and, you know, hopefully that level will go up even further, because I can already imagine Spacecity just pulling all the goods in the world because of its crazy growth induced by us. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And with that said, we're already back up at 6 mil, so, you know, doing good, making a lot of money. Traffic has not become that crazy yet, fingers crossed, so that should hopefully last for a while, and this should all go up a lot. 190% target population, so you can see this is going the right way. I mean, we're at 550, it's growing up to 660 residents, so the hope is also that that will mean that very, very soon, you know, passenger trains will be used a lot more for us, and we'll start making some more money from that too. Now I'm going to look back at the line stats here real quick, just to see if we've got any, like, huge negatives. Yeah, I mean, these two are super new. That's just on 2 new lines. Of course, they won't have turned any profit yet. We've got Dali-Dale-Badal, which apparently is not all too profitable. Hopefully going to change. I don't know. Let's see how Dali-Dale's doing. Also 190% growth. 200, actually, which is crazy. It's just that the number of residents is not that high yet in Dali-Dale, so, you know, that's going to all change in the future, I hope. It just started off at a smaller size. Even though we've supplied things to Dali-Dale for such a long time, it just started out so much smaller than Spacecity, basically. And, you know, Colburn, 237. Spacecity is just comparatively absolutely massive. So all those trains going to and from Spacecity now should hopefully turn a huge profit soon. Planes also actually making us money, which is absolutely awesome to hear. I really do like that, and it seems they're actually all full. So I'm kind of wondering, there's a big passenger sign here. 78 people! Oh my god! There's 78 people waiting for a plane here? That is crazy. I mean, the thing is, we've only got small... This is only cargo, right? So we can only use these small planes here, which is, of course, an issue. But we'll just have to buy some more then. We're just going to buy another 10. No, we're going to buy another 5. Hopefully there's going to be bigger planes in the market soon that we can use for this. But let's actually get them all on the way, because 78 people. Look at the crowd of people waiting for a plane right here. I mean, the thing is, 5 planes will only... No, I need more. I actually need 10, at the very least. Like, we can only fit 3 people into each plane, right? There's 78 people waiting, so 10 planes means I've got 30. I've got 30... Why are you not... Why are you not loading up? Hello? Hello? They're just driving straight past everyone. What the heck? I didn't tell you to fly empty. Oh my god. Why, game? Oh, thank you. Finally, one of the planes decided to pick up passengers. Great news. Very weird. But okay, so, yeah, I mean, this is absolutely mad. You know, these planes are way too small for the amount of passengers we're getting. You know, I mean, you gotta regard, this is Basingstoke, right? So this is not the biggest city in the world. 317 residents. It's not small by any means either, but, like, that's a lot. It's a lot of people. And, you know, we've got a big sign out here in Spacecity too. 56 people waiting to go to base. Jesus Christ. It's like, at this point, you gotta wait for like half a year or something to finally catch a plane. Which is probably a bit crazy, you know. But we've got 15 planes now flying back and forth. I don't want to make it anymore because we all know it's kind of crazy. Yes. Thank you. Thanks, game. That's perfect timing. We actually got a Class A3 Flying Scotsman too. 120 kilometers now. Very cool. May have to upgrade a lot of trains there soon. I mean, we've got 9 mil, so, you know, Fingers crossed, should be doable. But first things first, let's go straight away to this plane line. We're going to have to exchange all of these instantly with the Dornier Mercure, which is nice, you know. 175 kilometers an hour instead of 137, so it's going to be a lot faster. And, well, also 2 more people capacity. Still not crazy. Still not the numbers we need. But hopefully it's going to improve things a tiny bit, you know. Can always hope. We can always hope, but yeah, still waiting for more technological advancements, I think. 27 people waiting already on the first train trip. Craziness. Absolute madness. I love it. But okay, so we've got a lot of new... Well, not a lot of new trains, but we've got a lot of trains to manage now, probably. I'm going to kind of compare these real quick. Flying Scotsman versus A35. So, yeah, it's better in every way, except, and of course, once more, costs more in terms of maintenance. But it's at a top speed of 120 kilometers an hour, and that's kind of the thing, right? We don't have anything that can go that fast at the moment in terms of actual cars. Like, all these are 80, and, well, these are 100. So, I'm not sure it actually makes sense to buy this thing. Maybe for the very, very long cargo trains, they're just going very, very slow in terms of acceleration because they're very long. This here being a prime example, I think. We're gonna manage you. We are going to manage that train, and this one here, you know, for this one it totally makes sense because we do need that extra power. I mean, look at that difference. 65% more power. You know, maybe a good 15 to 20-ish percent of extra tractive effort. Very good. We're going to modify it. And that should hopefully help this thing speed up a lot more. Look at that. Looking a bit better, I think. And, you know, also very helpful because this always blocks all my trucks. You know, there's 2 train crossings right here. And why did I leave this that way? I don't understand myself sometimes, alright? Let's just kind of summarize this here for a second. Before I changed this, we had a road going here, crossing this, and going here. By default, by the game. And I was like, yeah, okay, I mean, this train always stops here. That blocks my vehicles. So I'm going to move it further out. Can you tell me why in the world I didn't just connect this road straight there? Can anybody answer me that question? Because I don't know for the life of me why in the world I would do that. I cannot tell you all what the reason is. But we're definitely going to change it. We also have highways now, apparently. Which feels like it's new. Why do we have these roads still? When they're not even available anymore. Interesting. But, you know, kind of nice. I'm gonna go for large highway then. And we're gonna build it right there. And I'm also gonna go for the one tool and actually upgrade some roads then. That's kind of cool. It's good to know. I think we're gonna be able to use that in quite a few places. This, unfortunately, not quite upgradable because there's not quite enough space. But this is good. This is gonna get upgraded. This will get upgraded. This is actually upgradable for me as well. Now, the only thing is that this woodworking factory, I think... No. Now I can upgrade it. Now I can. Didn't it just let me? Yes. Oh, this piece here, because the train station's in the way. Okay. We'll just make a medium highway then. Actually, I think... Can they actually still... Yeah, they can still... Okay. So yeah, that should make my trucks... I mean, I think they were running at max speed before anyways. It's only 40 kilometers an hour that they can go, so, you know. We are maxed out right there. Still, 82 people now waiting for a plane. That's absolutely mad. We don't have any bigger ones. I'm sorry. That's kind of the fastest we can go. But yeah, so absolutely crazy. I think everything, like, the whole of Space City is just buzzing with activity. There's so many people wanting to move back and forth, and there's so much growth, and... It's absolutely mad. Just look at the size of Space City by now. I absolutely do love it. And I think it is going to be great. And we are going to move on ever new heights with this beautiful city. But with that, said, I'm going to end it off right here. So I hope you enjoyed the episode as always. I hope you all liked our advancements. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button right down below. That does help the channel out a ton, as you all probably know by now. And, well, if you haven't done so just yet, but want to stay around for future episodes, also definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below, as well as that bell icon right next to it, to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. And with that all said, as always, thanks a lot for watching, everyone, and I hope I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.